video. There's a lot of reasons for that. I'm now out of school. It's summertime, so I was dealing with a lot of like finals and end of school stuff, and video making just kind of got pushed to the back end of things that I could do or kind of wanted to do in that moment. This video has been a video I've wanted to make since kind of launching that I want to make a YouTube channel. And it was kind of a recap of my freshman year at CSUN. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people out there looking for videos, looking for things of CSUN or college in general. Like, well, what's it like to be a college freshman, no matter the school you're at? But also I'm going to put in some things that are specific for CSUN. Hope you guys stick around to the end. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So, let's get on with the video. Okay, the first thing I want to cover is my college loneliness and what it sort of developed into and how I dealt with it, all that stuff. So, going into college at CSUN is about an hour from where I live, give or take. And I had never really been away from home, or from my family, like by myself like that before. So going into this really unknown area where I knew nobody and I had never really experienced college before, I was scared. And so in that first week, you don't really know anybody. You don't know anybody besides your roommate. So the loneliness that first week was super strong. And so I felt like I was in this bubble that it was hard to break out of. And so for the first week and maybe first 3 weeks, that's what my feelings towards college were. And I was severely rethinking my choices of CSUN, of going out of my hometown, going out of all these things, and rethinking my college choices, like all of that. I then had met two of the friends who I'm still really great friends with now, but I ended up meeting them in one of my classes, and that helped a little bit. That gave me people to go out to eat with, go do little things with, build a friendship with. But I still felt like I didn't belong. Around November is when a lot of my feelings of being out of place, lonely, like incredibly alone, all those things had come to a head. And I had been kind of teetering with the thought of transferring out, but felt I would regret it. But at that point, I'd say like November, like 11th or something, I had texted my mom. I was like, I think I need to transfer. Like, we need to start the process now. In that moment of deciding that I was like, I want to transfer, I had felt like a weight was lifted off. Because I was like, okay, I'm finally gonna get a way out of this hole I've been stuck in. So through the month of November and until like middle of December, I had been looking for colleges to apply to, going back to old options, going back to things that were in my hometown, all these things. In that moment, this felt like I finally had something to look forward to. And I had these same feelings over winter break, over like I'd say half of winter break. And then the second half, I really started thinking about this decision because I had to register for classes. And I had to pick classes according to what would get me the best transfer credits. And looking more into that, looking into what it would actually entail to transfer out, go to a new school, pay for a new school, all those things, I started to pedal back a little bit. And I'd say by beginning of February, I kind of fully cut off the decision to transfer out. And a main reason was because if I had transferred out, I felt pretty strongly that I would repeat the cycle of loneliness. I would repeat the same cycle, repeat the same feelings that I had been feeling all throughout my first semester. And so it kind of made me realize that it wasn't really the school, it was just what I was making the school become. I had friends at the school. I had people I could go to. I had places around the school I could go to. There was events on campus that I could go to. I just was in this bubble of what I thought the school was. And so bursting that and finally realizing I just need to make more fulfilling decisions about how I spend my time, the loneliness started to fade a little bit. And so I started hanging out with Darren and Adelaide more. I started going to the library to do homework. I started visiting cafes. I started visiting places around Northridge. So all these things kind of took me out of the need to transfer, because again, I had this realization that I would just be repeating this loop, repeating this cycle, and that I would, if I saw through college like this, if I thought of college in this way, I would never succeed in it. And so for that loneliness, you really need to analyze, is it yourself who's not taking advantage of it, or is it actually the school and the people you're around? Because I have nothing against transferring, but it's a decision that you need to think about incredibly thoroughly and think about all the implications of what happens if you transfer out of a school. Being alone in college is something that will happen no matter where you go, but physically going out, seeking people out, seeking places out in your area makes it become wider. You open up the space for yourself, especially if it's a really new place. Going out to cafes, going out to little shops, and forcing yourself to meet people will open up the space that you're in, no matter how small or big your college is. Things that there's one thing that has stayed consistent throughout senior year and throughout the entire year of college is junk journaling. I have my beautiful junk journal right here. She's cute. But this has been with me through a lot of things. And honestly, it's a way to remember things about my life that have happened. It's a way to focus creativity that I'm feeling as an art major. But it's a way to focus creativity, and it's a way to kind of slow down. So when there's a lot of times where I was feeling like things were going way too fast, I was overwhelmed, junk journaling was a way to just focus on a page of things that I picked up, cut them out into paper, and I can just focus on that piece of paper instead of everything that's going on around. Another thing I would say is video games. And not like crazy video games, but because that's not my type of thing, but games like Minecraft and Stardew Valley, specifically Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley was a great way for me to, again, kind of shut off my brain and just focus on simple farming and building a town, building relationships, instead of like all of these things that were stressing me out. So I'm on like year 2, for anybody wondering. Another thing that I started second semester to really get myself outside exploring, again, that thing of opening up the space for yourself, was hiking. Hiking was like the thing that I would do. I started to hike like every week basically. And honestly, it also was a great way for me to find a new hobby. Like hiking has now become a thing that I do a lot. For my birthday I got hiking gear. It's a thing that I like doing, and it's a way for me to, again, get myself outside, get myself exercising a little bit, and also just get myself feeling good. Okay, so start off, we have physical big calendar. I don't care how organized you are, having one of these like right next to your desk as a like physical reminder of what you have to do, especially if you're forgetful like me, having one of these was a must. Okay, next is kind of obvious, but extension cord plug-in thing. This. You will need multiple of these. Let's say you want to specifically get the ones with the flat back, because you're probably going to be putting it up against your wall, against your bed, against your desk. So having this makes it easier to put things flush against the wall. Okay, next, desk mirror. There you are. But having one of these is great because in dorms they have the communal bathrooms, and you're not gonna, most of the time, you're not gonna want to walk all the way over to your communal bathroom to just like do your makeup or do your skincare. because they're kind of gross. So having one of these in your room to where you can just sit down at your desk, do whatever you need to do, that doesn't need to have like a sink. Okay, next up is alarm clock. I personally didn't use this as an alarm, but it's great to have like a physical clock, show you what time it is, so you can just kind of like my desk was far away from my bed, and sometimes I wouldn't have my phone on the desk, and so I could just lean back, look at the time, see if I needed to hurry up or not when getting ready. So this is great to have. And also, if you do need to use the alarm clock, you kind of know how untrustworthy the Apple alarms are and how they just like don't go off. So having one that's destined, like made for alarms, is good. And this one's cute from Target. Okay, so that was all like the desk stuff, but now I want to go over like bathroom toiletries and all that stuff. A lot of the stuff is already in my bathroom and spread around, so I'm not gonna go get it to show, but I'll put pictures and stuff like that to show you guys like the ones that I got, the ones that I used. So I'd say the biggest things obviously is your own skincare, your own stuff. But shower shoes, I had these ones. They had holes, they were rubber, they worked great, they dried really easily. The main thing is you want ones that have holes that can drain the water out, and two, you want ones that are rubber and waterproof so that they don't mold. So those are a necessity, because also foot fungus, don't want it. Second thing is having mesh shower caddies, but also I think you should have two. I accidentally bought two, but it actually ended up being like a blessing, because I had one for my shower stuff, and then I had one for my skincare stuff. So I could have one in my room for all my skincare that I could take in and out of the bathroom whenever I wanted. And then I had one that specifically stayed in the shower room with all my shower stuff. Now this depends on your bathroom layout. My bathroom was only confined to me and my roommate and another pair of people in their room. So I didn't have a lot of people to share the bathroom with, so ours was small and I could leave myself in there. If you're in like a communal bathroom with like 8 people, I don't recommend leaving your shower stuff in the bathroom, because some people are weird and will take it. But having one that's specifically for shower stuff, one that's specifically for your skincare stuff, makes it easier to, instead of rummaging around in something, you can just pick up this bag, take all that stuff. And it's better that they're mesh, because I found that mine never molded, they never got too wet, never all that stuff, and so they were great. Because sometimes the plastic ones can hold water and you have to dry them out, and so that's not that great. So I advise a mesh one. Okay, moving on into kind of that same vein-ish, I want to talk about medical supplies. Because in college you will need a lot more medical supplies than you think you will. You will need every medication under the sun and more, so you probably will have to go to your campus doctor. I know this because I got weird illnesses while in college. I don't know if it's the frat flu, if it's whatever. Those dorms get musty. Something that's in there. But I literally got like a toe infection. I got hand, foot, and mouth as a then 18-year-old girl, and I got the freaking flu. I don't know how I got the flu in summertime. That's not even flu season. That's not. I don't know, but just that is as a warning that you will have weird illnesses in college. So get COVID tests, masks, band-aids, ibuprofen, so much ibuprofen. Just any medication you can think of that you can get over the counter. Yes, you will need that. Okay, to start off, I want to show the thing that I think made my room feel the most like cozy, and that was a tapestry. So I had this cute, you can't really see it fully, but this cute tapestry that I put up right next to my bed. And because like also again, this depends on the school you're going to, but for CSUN, I was in the new building 22. So the room was very like white, pristine, doctor office. So putting on a tapestry of whatever you like made the room feel a little warmer. It made it feel a little like more my style rather than white PC dorm room. So I'd highly recommend Tapestry because they're cute and also they make the room cozy. So next thing is these shelves. This is more personal to people and a little more not as needed, but I'm a collector of a lot of things. I have a lot of action figures, comic books, CDs, all that stuff. I like to collect things, especially if they're a kid, to like characters I like or all that. So I had these shelves that hung up on my wall. It's right here. And they held like my CDs, they held a lot of my Wolverine figurines and my Wolverine comics and Funko Pops. And that made it feel more personalized because it was like, this is my stuff on display, my side, all that stuff. Like it just felt like really implemented the personalization of the room. Next I want to go over these. These are little lights I got off of, I don't remember, probably Amazon, but I use these literally every day because the big light, nobody likes the big light. Nobody likes the big light. It's hospital, it's office building, it's back rooms. So having lamps, fairy lights, any lights like that to give you a little warmth. Again, this also depends on if you care about the big light, but if you're chill like that, you care about the big light. So having things like that that make the space feel warmer, cozy, you'll feel a lot more relaxed and safe in your own little space. So I recommend getting some fairy lights. You don't have to these ones, I just thought the little circles were cute. And a cute desk lamp will be good. Okay, next I want to do is posters. Posters, I feel most common dorm decoration, like everybody has posters. But they're an easy way to fill up the wall, again, to cover up like the pasty white and make it a more personalized things, because you can have photos of like your friends, you can have posters of cute little images, you get posters of shows you like, characters you like. Again, like it's all ways to personalize your room to you to make you feel as homey as possible. So this is what my poster setup looked like. I was pretty proud of it. It kind of built over the year because my school did a lot of these like poster invasion things. I know they kind of go through other schools too, but that was really fun. So I always got posters from there. Built up my wall a little bit. And make sure not to use too sticky of tape because some of my posters did peel off a little bit of the wall paint. But they'll never know because I patched it up. I hope you all enjoyed this video and that I hope anybody's watching this from CSUN or really any college finds some meaning in this and knows that the biggest advice I can give is to give it time. Give things time because with time things evolve, and also really think about your decisions. This is not anti-transfer propaganda. Okay? If you want to transfer and you feel strongly, I say do it. Do what you feel caters to your needs. I just ended up feeling like it wouldn't. So don't take this as anything that like you should not transfer. Transferring is the worst. I think, because I almost did. I think it's a really great way to honor your feelings, honor your decisions. But you just have to think about it a lot. But again, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and find some meaningful things in it and take away something nice from it. I will be sure to try and post more, make more videos. I have a lot of time in the summer, so yeah, I will see you all later. Bye.